I love old books, and I had a great idea to use some damaged ones in a unique way. I want to trace the largest part of the flower pot onto the smallest book that I have. I grabbed a variety of my knives to see which one would cut the book best. I'm going to keep cutting through the pages until I'm all the way to the back cover. Now that I'm to the back, I'm going to trace the hole and then cut through the back cover as well. I want to cut right through the top of my next book as well and partway through the pages. With everything cut, it's time to glue the books together. I love how cute this book planter turned out and that I found another way to use some old books that can't be recycled. I hope this has inspired you to grab some books and make your own planter as well.
Do you have boxes of leftover tiles and don't know what to do with them? Here's a quick and easy idea. Before you start anything, tear some strips of painter's tape and have at the ready on your table. Gather 5 of your leftover tiles. These can be any size as long as they are all the same size. Using a strong construction adhesive glue, run a bead of glue along one side of a tile. Holding that tile upright, press the upright side of another tile against the bead of glue, creating a 90-degree angle with the tile and with the tile pattern facing outward. Take a couple of pieces of painter's tape and wrap the glued edge. This will absolutely help you as you continue to glue pieces. Hold the tiles in place for a minute or two before going on to the next step. Once the box frame is completely dry and set, run beads of glue along each side of the back of the 5th tile. Set the box frame on top and adjust so the beads of glue align with the bottom of the box frame. Once set, take some felt furniture pads and stick to the bottom of the planter box, one on each corner. You could add soil and plant directly into the planter box, but I like to just pop a potted plant into the tile box so that drainage is never compromised. Once the potted plant is in, take some paper, crumple it up, and stuff it into the corners of the box. For the crowning touch, add some green moss to the top so you don't see the paper or any dirt underneath the plant. Display by itself or with other home decor items you have. I hope this inspired you to put these leftover tiles to good use and create a DIY tile planter box.
For this project, I grabbed one from a thrift store that had a lovely beige cover. I want to find the middle of the book to start. This book has a torn page right in the middle, so I'm just going to gently remove it before moving on. Now I want to count out 5 pages on either side of the middle. I need to trim these pages down, so I'm going to slip this file folder between the pages I want to cut so that I don't cut through any extra. For this next part, I need some double-sided clear tape. I'm going to start in the middle, and I want to turn each of the pages towards the center. A piece of the double-sided tape laid in along the edge of the page will hold the other edge nicely in place. Now I can gently turn each one inward and stick the outer edge to the middle edge. Now I can start to fill the curved pages with my flowers. I'm going to start with the largest flower in the center, and I can just slip the stem right down into the curved pages to keep it in place. To make the arrangement look nice and full, I'm going to keep adding more flowers until I have a look that I like. It's easy to snip the wires with a pair of scissors so that I have the right length for each of the stems. The last thing I want to do is add a little paint to the greenery. I always find that adding a little moss-colored paint to the faux greenery helps to make it look more realistic. I love how pretty this book looks with the flowers, and that I found a way to upcycle another old book. I hope this has inspired you to grab an old book and turn it into a vase as well.
Grab some rubber boots. First, you need to drill a few holes in the bottom of your boots. Start by filling up your boots with potting soil. Then, after dividing the daffodils, place them inside the boot. Pour more potting soil on top to cover up the bulbs. Place outside on the porch or wherever you would like. Be sure to give them a thorough watering after planting, and then sit back and watch them grow. And if you're looking for more unique planter ideas, check this out. I have an old antique little toolbox and a watering can that I like to plant flowers in as well. So I grabbed some pretty blooms over at our local hardware store, and then I started planting them in these unique vessels. I love all the unique planter vibes here.
First, I headed to the Dollar Tree and picked up a beige trash can from the plus section, as well as some floral foam blocks and a cake carrier. Next, I took the bottom portion of the cake carrier, making sure it was right side up, and marked the center. Then I measured 2 inches to the right of the center mark and then 2 inches to the left. I used an awl to make a hole on each mark, then used scissors to create an X to open the hole more. I threaded a piece of Dollar Tree nautical rope through one hole and tied a knot on the other side. Next, I cut the floral foam into smaller squares using a serrated knife, then hot glued 4 of those pieces to the top of the lid where the handle is. I then placed the new lid onto the trash can and began cutting individual stems from the greenery bunch. Once each piece was cut, I trimmed the topmost leaves, leaving about an inch of the stem exposed on the top. Then I started sticking the stems into the floral foam all around the outer edge. I continued to do this process until everything was filled in. Up next, I worked on stripping the paint from a small wooden stool I thrifted by applying a coat of citrus strip, then placing a piece of plastic wrap on top and allowing it to sit for about 30 minutes. Then I scraped as much paint off as I could, then repeated the process a couple more times. Once the stool was dry, I used an orbital sander to remove as much of the remaining paint as possible, then went in with a little hand sanding. I used some white house paint to paint the base of the stool, then stained the top of the stool with some dark stain. Now I have a cute faux planter trash can that not only is super cute, but it's also functional. I hope this tutorial inspires you to turn a boring trash can into a faux planter that is a great functional piece of decor.